So during an economic downturn, what's interesting is the Super Bowl continues to grow. Ad prices continue to get higher every year because the demand to place and pitch your product in the Super Bowl grows every year, despite the fact we're in a down economy. Ticket values are higher than ever, despite the fact we're in a down economy. So if there's ever been a recession-proof deal, it is the Super Bowl. The first quarter of the year, January, February, March, is always the weakest quarter for the economy. One reason being it comes right after the spending splurge during the holidays. There's some evidence that the first quarter is, comparatively speaking, looking somewhat stronger economically in recent years than it has in past years. One reason perhaps for why that is because the Super Bowl has become such a big event. The Super Bowl is now the second largest day of spending on eating in the year next to Thanksgiving. So all this economic activity going to the Super Bowl means that economic activity in the first quarter might be looking a bit stronger than it has been in the past, because we now have this, what otherwise would be this national holiday where people really want to spend money and have a good time, have Super Bowl parties and so forth. It achieves a Nielsen rating of 40 to 45 on average, meaning that about 40 to 45% of households who have televisions, not even turned on, but just who have televisions, are watching the Super Bowl. This is 3 times as high as the NBA Finals or the World Series. By far, the Super Bowl is the dominant factor. I think for a lot of fans or a lot of people, viewing football has become the sport, and moreover, the Super Bowl has achieved the status of almost a national holiday, which the NBA has not done, and which the World Series hasn't done, and which I don't think either of those sports will ever achieve. Football is still primarily an American story, so the Super Bowl will be watched by over 100 million people, 90% of which who will be in the United States. As football becomes more popular overseas, and it is, the reach will extend, and the potential viewership of the Super Bowl, really the sky is the limit. Right now it's fairly limited, but 10 years from now I wouldn't be surprised if 30-40% of the viewership was from overseas. In economics, there's goods and services. So goods are tangible objects. Most entertainment, such as a football game, is viewed as a service. So you're buying the right to watch an opera or a movie or a football game. But the Super Bowl has become much more than that. The Super Bowl has become really a cultural and sociological phenomenon that brings together over 100 million people all at the same time to watch this event. And they watch it not just because it's a football game at the highest level, but they also watch it for the ads. Ad spots in this year's Super Bowl are more than $3 million for a 30-second spot, and advertisers are aware that they need to come up with the most creative and distinctive ads that they have ever come up with. Probably as much of the audience watches the Super Bowl for the ads as they do for the football game, and at halftime has become an event in its own, with bands such as The Who, U2 performing. So the Super Bowl really brings in many, many viewing activities, not just a football game. People watch the ads, people watch halftime, and within context of all this, they're having a party with their family and friends. This is a tough Super Bowl to pick. It's going to be one that I anticipate will be close. We've got 2 great teams. The Packers are playing extremely well. The Steelers are always strong with the experience. I'll go with the experience and look for Pittsburgh.